Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new gameplay episode of Top Drives. Now in today's episode we are tackling the second Great Outdoors challenge, which is called City Skyline. The only prize you do get here is the BX4TC, but hopefully we will be able to get that. I have Top Drives records in the background just in case we will need it. This seemingly is going to be a full challenge with just the Great Outdoors cars, from what I understand, and hopefully we will be able to do well enough here. Now, as always, let me know down below in the comment section how you guys did in this challenge, if you completed it or if you got stuck, and so on and so forth. All of that is quite interesting for me to see. And it's always interesting for me to find out how I did in correlation to some of you guys. If I did better, if I did worse, and so on and so forth. So it's always interesting to see. Hopefully we will be able to claim that Citroën in today's episode. I do believe do I have that already, or was it never given out? I'm not sure. I have it already, so it's gonna be my second one. I don't know when it was given out the first time, but there was a first time, clearly. Which is kind of boring, but hey, now I will have two of those cars that I will never use, because clearly I haven't used the other one, because it was still not even upgraded a single step. Moving on to round number 4, and we already have quite a few points here, so let's actually take those into account and actually build a hand with using some of the points at least here. And let's have a look at what we can do versus this. That is not medium, but that is okay. There we go. So yeah, I think there is going to be absolutely no problem in me completing this challenge. I think I think later on is when it's going to be a problem. But I think for now it's going to be absolutely fine. We will see though, we will see. Okay, it didn't kick in quick enough, the MRA bonus there, so we're gonna have to swap some things around. Okay, so let's do this. Very nice. So far so good, so far so good. Let's continue. Round number 6. We need to buy more tickets now, obviously. And I don't really know when it's going to get very difficult. We'll see, if ever. But hopefully we will be able to soldier through even those rounds. I have kind of high hopes for this one, because I think I am gonna do okay. But obviously we'll figure that out as it goes. I think this one can kind of get swapped now. It's not very good for this. Don't we have anything with like performance tires? Yeah, we do. That'll probably do better. Let's see this one. It's getting a little bit more difficult now than the first challenge immediately here, which is interesting. But hopefully we will be able to soldier on. This should be fine, right? Yeah. That Geo is actually also a prize car. I don't remember exactly when it was handed out, but yeah, I do have that. Apparently we lost the drag there. Which is what it is. There are no drag cars, or what? We can use this here, so yeah, there we go. We figured it out. So that was round number 7. How many rounds are in this one? 25, I do believe, as well. So quite a lot of rounds, to be fair. It is indeed 25. So we are going to soldier through all of them right here. Okay, so this is full rain. Let's full rain it up, I guess. There we go. I mean, this should be fine, all of this, so we can move on to the very next round. Which is going to be all on-road is what I was thinking, and it's actually true. Huh. I guess it's the Volkswagen squad, right? And one Nissan and one Alpha, but yeah. Okay. Nice. So everything is going according to plan so far. I'm not sweating yet. We'll see. We'll see when the sweat comes through. But I think so far so good. So far so good indeed. That was round number, what? 10? Yeah, so we're actually getting quite a bit into it now. And I think as the RQ starts to increase, our uncertainty of whether we will complete it will actually start to decrease. Because I do have some good cars for this tag in higher RQs. So I think we should be just fine as we get more RQ here. But yeah, unfortunately quite an underwhelming challenge. I wish they would put like a ceramic pack in the middle of this. Why wouldn't they do that, you know? Like, that would be nice to have like at least some sort of package too. And not only, you know, the car that is quite underwhelming to, in all honesty, by itself as well. So, I don't know, just a thought. Could have been interesting if they did that, but instead we only have the cash prices here all the way throughout, and then a very underwhelming super rare in the very end that has already been given out. But hey, it is what it is, and we'll take it. We'll take it, even though it's not going to do anything for me. I will still take it. Is this medium? It is indeed very nice. At least it's easy, right? At least the challenge is easy. I saw a lot of people were struggling even on the first challenge on my last video. You were posting some comments that looked a little bit scary there, that you couldn't get past the first challenge. I feel for you guys. I understand that if you have a very, very new garage, it might be very difficult. And there's really not much to do than to grow bigger and better and try to compete in the next one. You know, it's very difficult when it comes to stuff like this and you are not prepared per se, or perhaps you don't have a good enough garage to really compete right now. Your time will come at some point where you can actually compete, but you're just gonna have to hold your head high. I know it's difficult, right? Because there's all of these great prizes lined up for you and you feel like you can't even participate in any of it. It's a real one of those where you feel like you're outside of the community when you can't really be a part of it because you cannot really compete. But don't worry, you will get to compete at some point. It's just, that's the thing about top drives. You gotta stick with it in situations such as this, and that's the difficult part for a lot of people. That's where a lot of people stop playing top drives. They head over to another game because they do not have the persistence that it takes. And I know it could be argued, you know, like, should a game need you to have persistence in order for you to play it? And of course, that's up to each and every person, right? If you are a person that likes games where you need to stay up top and be persistent in your collecting, for me, that's a game that really falls in my favor, because I like, when I play games, I like to complete every single goal, you know. I like to 100% the achievements. I like to play the game several times over, you know. For me, Top Drives is a really, really good game, you know, for what I want in a game. However, I feel what you want in a game varies so much from person to person that it's hard to even say you know, what is and what isn't a good game, you know, because it's super subjective. But yeah, if you did not complete this challenge, if you are struggling and stuck in this challenge, all that I'm saying is that if you stay persistent, if you keep playing, you know, a time will come, if it's the next challenge or if it's 5 challenges from now, a time will come when you can actually compete. And I think that's that's what keeps me playing Top Drives, you know, because sometimes you can't compete. Even I can struggle to compete, you know. And that's the brilliance of it, I think, because there's always something to strive for, almost always at least. Maybe if you have like the best garage in the game, maybe then there's not much to strive for, but yeah, that's why I like the constant updates, the new cars added, all of that stuff, because it gives you something to work for in Top Drives all the time. However, a thing or two could be said about how we've gotten way too many updates right now, and I am totally on page with that, and that we really need a slowdown in the cars added, because we don't even get the chance to collect the cars because it's been going way too quick, and I do see that side of it as well, and I think they should slow down. But I always like whenever the game feels like, okay, now I have completed an adequate part of this expansion's collection, then, you know, I like that there's a new expansion around the corner almost always, you know, and you don't get stuck with you don't get stuck with just collecting the same cars over and over, but there's a chance to, you know, get new cars and you know, have this new aspect of the game, and it always comes through like that. And I think that is a very interesting and integral part of Top Drives to make it interesting for the long haul. And I don't think there are many games with a longevity like Top Drives. Like, Top Drives has a longevity to the point where you have to work for like 2 years before you can even compete, you know. You are in it for the long haul if you are one of those people who want to be in it for the long haul. Yeah. I like that about Top Drives. That's why many of us like Top Drives, I think, because it's not easy, right? It's never easy. It wasn't meant to be easy, and it never has been easy, and that's the thing about it, you know. Okay, round 20. Let us let me know. That can be the question of the day. Is Top Drives your type of game, right? And now I'm talking, we don't care about the cars, right? We don't care about the appeal of, you know, it being a car game. Scratch all of that. Let me know if the core gameplay mechanics, you know, the car versus car action where you need to, you know, you need to strategize your cars, the slowly collecting garage, you know, all of the integral parts that makes Top Drives, is that your kind of game? Or are you more in the category of people who are playing the game because there are a bunch of cars that you can collect? Which category are you in? It's interesting to find out, actually, how it falls, right? Are you in it for the actual gameplay, core gameplay, or are you in it for the cars? Because I think I'm in it kind of for both. But for me, the most important part and the most integral part is the collection aspect and the puzzle aspect of it, rather than the actual, you know, it actually being cars that are racing versus each other. It's interesting, right? I would like to know your opinions down below in the comment section. That is the question of the day. If any of you made it this far into the video, that is. Because we are drawing towards its end now, as we are going into round number 21 and the final 5 rounds of the challenge. So far, we haven't really run into any problem that I would call a problem, you know. We've run into some mild inconveniences, and that has been basically it for this challenge, which is nice. Every once in a while, it's awesome to just have a challenge where you can just chillax and, you know, discuss things instead, you know. And then then in future challenges in this tag, I'm sure we will suffer. So don't worry, there will be a lot of suffering as well, I'm pretty sure, as we get further and further into this challenge series. But yeah, it's interesting, right? Because Top Drives has many appeals. It's not just the strategy aspect, and it's not just the cars. It's a mix of both. It's a mix of both. And there's no other game really like top drives, right? And that's interesting. Round 22. Let's find out what's up. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Should be fine. And of course we are watching every single round now because we are in the final 5 rounds, and I like to watch the races when I'm in the final 5 rounds, you know, because it's usually a little bit more intriguing. Seeing that Subaru Forester maxed out makes me definitely not want to max it out. You know, I have it, but you know, seeing those stats, man, that does not give me the inspiration to max it out, let me tell you that much. 4.983, that sounds horrendous, thank you very much. And I will not be maxing that one out. Okay, we have another full rainy round, which is fine. We'll just full rain it up, I guess. Yeah, sure. Where can this go then? Here versus itself, it's fine. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Surely everything will be fine here. Now I'm glad I've maxed out some of these 4-wheel drive cars that many people might not have done. Because they are coming in clutch here in this challenge in particular. Like having this arsenal of 4-wheel drive cars is definitely helping me out with these rainy rounds here. Very, very much so. So that's nice at least. You know, they come to use somewhere. And now we move into the second to last round, I do believe. Yeah, round number 24. And we have a full on-road now. So we swap these out for a full on-road sort of hand. Let us see what's up. So I do believe that should be fine. That's fine. That's fine. I think something like this should be adequate for what we need here. And this is the most important round clearly in this for me, because this is the round that determines if we can actually continue in the challenge. I don't really care for the prize car so much, and besides not caring for it, I already have it once, you know. So this is the most important round, and it looks like we have no trouble in completing that, which is very, very nice. And there is our 3 token free for the 3rd challenge. And now for the car, let us get a hand in to get the prize car going. So let's see what's up. Okay. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Let's see this. Skyline versus Skyline. His isn't even upgraded. Easy peasy. And then Subaru Forester versus TVR. Easy peasy. And then Sonda versus Golf. I mean, kind of speaks for itself. And then this should be fine because we have more top speed, and it is indeed. Very nice. And then this should be fine as well. And so it is. So there it is. The challenge is completed, and that's my second Citroën. Which is quite interesting. You know, now I have 2 of that prize car. It's not even a particularly good prize car, but hey, now I have 2 of it. Let me add and lock it for you guys as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me in today's episode of Top Drives. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I will join you in the very next video. If you want to join one of the biggest Top Drives Discord communities, talk about Top Drives with a lot of like-minded people, check out my Discord server. It's down below in the description. Over 2,000 members already, so you are late to the party. Please join us. Feel free to do so. Completely free, obviously, to join down below in the description, as well as my Instagram page if you want to see what I'm currently maxing out. And if you want to support me further, you can do so by becoming a channel member or by becoming a Patreon. Both start at just $1 a month, and it would really help me out. With all of that being said though, thank you so much for watching. Until the very next time, stay safe, have a good one, take care for another, and goodbye guys.